Right, so in this video, let's just jump in straight. I want to share with you why support and resistance do not work and why you are actually getting a lot of stop losses when you're using support and resistance zones. Okay, so if you want to take a look at today's trade, this was today's trade that I actually shared on my Telegram group. Let me see if I can actually log into my Telegram group just to show you a proof of the exact strategy that I'm actually sharing with you here. Let me see if I can be able to open my Telegram group. Here's my Telegram group. I actually shared a trade on Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD, which actually tapped my zone here. The entry was from, we were actually waiting just a pullback. This was during New York session. We're waiting a pullback to this zone here, and our entry was on this zone, and this gave us a 1:2 straight, 1:2 straight, giving us like 20 pips, which is always our target. So I want to get into my Telegram group, and if you can see on my Telegram group, let it actually just load a little bit. I don't know why it's loading. Okay, here we go. You can be able to see that this was the Euro USD trade that I actually shared. I was expecting price to come back here and actually give us a sell, which when the news were released, it actually came back, tapped onto our zone and gave us a 1:2. The same thing also on gold. Okay, the same thing on gold. I gave this signal on my Telegram group. I told people gold, look for sales, and you can guess what? Gold actually just came, tapped into this level and dropped. I want you to now dive into trading and take a look at what gold did. Gold came exactly, tapped into that zone that I had gave people, right? Tapped into this zone, dropped, it came here again, tapped into this zone, dropped, giving us a 1:2. We are looking for gold, we usually look 40 pips. Take a look at this. It actually gave us 40 pips. So I'm going to be explaining to you why support and resistance are not working for you and what I usually use instead of support and resistance. So I'm going to be removing all these drawings, and I'm going to give you an example of support and resistance and why they are actually costing you big time. So if I go to the daily time frame, I will be able to draw my support and resistance zone. So I'll be able to say, like, on my daily time frame, this was my resistance zone that was actually broken and it is being retested here. And if you're using support and resistance, what you'll be looking at this price doing is you'll be looking at it moving up. Okay, so this is support and resistance. So if I look, if I come now to the 4 hours time frame and I'm looking at my support and resistance levels, you can be able to see that this was a strong a strong support that actually gave this push to the down. So this was a push to the down, it was broken. Okay, and you can be able to see price broke this level, and guess what is this now? Price is not respecting the zone. It has broken it, it has broken it again, it has broken. So you can imagine if you're trying to get into a trade here. Okay, so maybe you'll have put your entry on this level. They said price will come, retest it, and because on a higher, this, remember, this is on a higher time frame. Okay, so if you go to a lower time frame whereby you usually take your trades, you're waiting for price to come and retest your resistance zone, and take a look at what it does. It actually comes, hits you, hits your stop loss, and actually comes back to your take profit. So instead of drawing support and resistance, what are you able to do? What are the levels that you're able to draw? And let me show you how I usually do my top-down analysis. Support and resistance is a very basic way of actually trading forex, and this is why you usually experience a lot of stop losses. Instead of support and resistance, let me show you how the pro play this game. So I will switch on an indicator that I usually use. So this indicator usually helps me to identify higher highs and lower lows of a currency during different time frame. It's able to different sessions. It's able to tell me that on London New York session, this was the highest point that gold reached today. On London New York session, this was the highest point where gold reached yesterday, and the day previously this is the highest point that gold reached today. So for today, as I was trading and giving out those signals, this is what I was looking at. I actually drew my highest point of day here, and I was looking at this one was the previous day high. Okay, and then I came and drew my previous day low here. Then I came and drew my recent previous day high, which was here. Previous day high, recent previous day high, and then I came and drew my previous day low, which was here. So remember, we were looking to take a trade during this New York session here. So I waited for London to give me a move, and I was waiting for New York session to take the trade. So after drawing, I switch off my indicator. Hey guys, if you want to know the indicator that I've used there, you can just click on the link below. I have recorded a free webinar showing you exactly all the steps on how I usually use this strategy to be able to get exact entries other than support and resistance. You can just be able to click the link below. There's a free webinar there. You'll be able to get everything, and also this will be a link to join my Telegram group. You can just check on the description below if you're watching this video on YouTube. So after that, I usually go to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, this is where now I look at what we call price action, like what is the direction that price is moving towards. And on the daily time frame, I can be able to see clearly there is a demand zone here, and this demand zone, it is the one that has actually caused this move to, and I usually supply and demand, I usually make. So this demand zone here is the one that has caused gold to have this move up to this zone, right? When I go to the 4 hours time frame, I'm able to take a look at, we have a supply zone. Go to the 4 hours time frame. Let's take a look at this. I'll just go back a little bit. I can be able to see this as a supply zone, which was here. Okay, so this was a supply zone that actually caused this whole move to the downwards. It made gold move all the way, all the way, all the way, and you can see more gold has actually approached this supply move, and this is where gold is moving from. Okay, you can be able now to see this is where gold is moving from, this supply zone. Okay, so if now I understand that this push has given me to this supply zone, and actually gold is moving from this supply zone, and my next target will be this demand zone. So on the higher time frame, I already know that I am looking to sell gold. Okay, so if I look at other demand zones that have not been touched, I can be able to see this is a demand zone that has actually not been able to be triggered. This also is a demand zone, but you can see gold came and touched. You see why I'm telling you support and resistance zones do not really give you exact entries. Take a look at what gold did. Gold came down, touched this demand zone, and gave us this whole move. So this one has already been used, so I'll be able to delete it. I can be able to see this one here. This one has actually not been used. So if you take a look at this, you can be able to see previously gold actually came, tapped this demand zone, and you can see the move that it has been able to give us, but it break this demand zone. So this one has been used, and now you can be able to see like our next target will not actually be here. Our next target will be this demand zone that is here. So we know already during this week what we'll be looking for on gold are sales towards this level. So after identifying that, you come now to the lower time frame, and on the lower time frame also You just want to make sure that you're drawing your supply and demand zones. Also, you can be able to see that this is, I like just drawing all the supply. This one is a supply zone that has not been used. This one also is a supply zone that has not been used. And price, we have been able to identify that our target will be this level here. So so now today, what was I looking on gold today? So on gold, I was looking at these levels. Will gold break these highs moving up? Now will giving me this target to this level, or if it will fail to break this high that was created previously, I am looking for gold to be able to give me a sell continuation, right? That is the exact trade that we actually took. So after you identified that, what I did now is moving to the lower time frames. On the lower time frames, now I am looking at what price has done during London New York session. So during London session, I can see price was able to, on Sydney session, price was not able to like break this higher previous high of day of New York London. Price was not able to break it, and price actually gave us a drop. Okay, a drop. So this confirming to me that during London, this was during the London session. During London session, price actually gave me a drop. So I'll be able to look at supply zones that are in confluence of my blue lines. So my first supply zone was actually here, which was in confluence with the M15 and in confluence with the previous previous day high that was actually broken. And I can see another supply zone will actually be here on the 15 minutes time frame. And just switch off the time frame, the sessions indicator. And then when they come to the 5 minutes time frame, I can be able to see this one also is a supply zone. They come also to the 1 minute time frame. I'm able to see my supply is where here, which has actually been touched. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this. Okay, in the 5 minutes time frame, I just want you to take a look at what gold did. Take a look at gold. Gold came during news. Maybe let's say during during news, this was not activated. Okay, this line, which is a supply zone, was not activated. But take a look when price came back to this zone. Take a look at what happened. That's why I'm telling you, support and resistance zones do not work. Price just tapped into this zone and straight gave us our 1:2. Let's take a look at a short position, and this is exactly what we're looking for, guys. 1:2, 1:2, which one was from here to there? Just go to the 1 minute time frame and take a look at what gold did, right? Gold came. If you had a sell limit, which I usually share, if you had a sell limit on this area, this is a very strong zone. So gold just came, tapped into this zone and gave us a 1:2 win risk to reward ratio. All right, as you've seen on this video, you have not seen me drawing support and resistance zones. I've showed you lines that price always comes and touches on these lines and moves completely. This is the exact strategy that I usually use. So if you're wondering, Dennis, how do you draw these supply and demand zones? How do you draw these lines that price is just coming and touching and reacting to them? I'll want to understand more. I have done a whole full webinar explaining each and every step on how I'm able to identify these levels and how I'm really able to understand the price action, where price, what really justifies that this is a support, that this is a demand zone, or this is a supply zone. Why have I decided that my trade will be on this demand zone, on this supply zone, and not on this or not on this? What are some of the things that I've been able to look? I've been able to do that on a webinar make sure to just take a look at it in the description below. And hey guys, always remember to hit that subscription button if you got value from this video, and always remember to share, tag your friend, and always remember to put what I'm sharing with you into action. Let's see you on the next video, whereby now also I'll be explaining to you why chart patterns do not actually work. Have a nice time. Let's meet on the next video.